Hello everybody, this is Albert with Green Tea House. I hope you're doing well today. Today I'm going to give you some tips on how to drink loose leaf tea when traveling. Now before I begin, I highly recommend you check out our back catalog of episodes. I'll make sure that I put some that are over here that are pretty important and germane to this topic. Also, please, if you haven't done so already, subscribe and hit the notification bell so these episodes come fresh to you, and come visit us over at the tea store over in Green. Okay, so look, we've talked about how I wouldn't say the problems, but the issues with conventional tea bag tea and how in general it's low grade quality. And let's say you're taking a trip, I don't know, to Mexico, to the beach, to the Caribbean, to Europe, and you love tea, you drink it all day, every day, and you're like, well, I don't want to get crappy tea bag tea. What can I do? Well, I'm just gonna give you some of the tips that I do when I travel, or when Casey and I travel. And most recently, I guess by the time this episode comes out, it's not that recent, but we were in Rome and in Istanbul back in January of 2024. And so I packaged tea. So I brought tea because I didn't want to drink, at the airport or wherever, just whatever's available in the gift shop. So I came prepared. So what would I tell you to do? Well, bring your own tea, bring your loose leaf tea and package it. You could put in a little envelope, a sealed envelope. You can bring it in a Ziploc bag, whatever it is. Bring your own tea. Now, obviously, if you're gonna bring loose leaf tea, and this is an issue if you drink it at home, you're gonna have to find a way to steep it. So there's just a zillion options. You could go with a ball infuser. I do tend to like big ball infusers because if I'm doing, let's say, a pearl or a gunpowder or a wrapped up oolong or any of those, the bigger ones give the serving and pit there space to grow, and therefore if it has space for the leaves to unfurl, you're going to get a better quality tea, and also you're going to be able to re-steep it. Remember, we talked about in a previous episode how oolong and I would say pu'er would be number 2, are the teas that you can re-steep the most. So you want to either get like a ball infuser. You could also have a mug infuser like this. There's liabilities or issues with this one because you're going to have to put on a mug, but overall this is fine. And then my last recommendation would be something like your bag that you bring. Now the problem with the bags is that I think lots of times, even if you get a biodegradable, good quality bag, and we have a 2-part series here, what's the issues, the health issues with bags, the conventional bags, that even when you get these, my experience with these is when I use these as opposed to, let's say, a ball infuser, the infusion is just not as good. It's just not as good. It really isn't. And I tend to avoid these, but all these are options that you have. Just bring an infuser and bring your loose leaf tea. I would tell you to bring a large variety of loose leaf tea as well, because when you're over and fill in the blank, they might have, they're gonna have Lipton or whatever brand of black tea, green tea, and it's gonna be low grade. But maybe bring either A, the teas that you really like that you're not gonna find over there, or B, bring teas that they won't have over there. So like when I travel, like let's say, for example, let's say you like Shanti, the holy basil herbal that we have. You're not going to find Shanti, whatever resort hotel you're staying at. So bring a tea that you like. Another one that I like to bring, as I mentioned, is take teas that they are not going to have over there. So if you do want to drink tea bag tea over there, they're probably going to have what? An Earl Grey. They're probably going to have some sort of green. Excuse me. They're not going to have an oolong. So if you have oolongs at home, either a light oolong or a dark oolong, bring your oolongs. Right? If you love pu'er, not everybody does, I love pu'er. If you love pu'er, make sure you bring pu'er, because you're not going to be finding pu'er in any hotel. If you love yellow tea, which is probably my second favorite tea, pack your yellow tea. So in closing, there's things you can do when you travel. Like even at the airport, what I do at the airport is I'll go to the Starbucks or whatever, and I'll ask for a cup of hot water. I don't want their tea. I just want a cup of hot water, because I have my infuser, whatever it is, and I have my loose leaf tea. Why am I going to spend $5 or whatever it is to get low grade crap tea if you come prepared? Like with everything, you come prepared, you're going to do well. And so therefore, I'm not even spending any money. Maybe they'll charge me 20 cents for the cup, but in most places, they'll give you hot water in a cup for free. So I just need hot water, and then I'll use my own tea. So I never really have to drink their low-grade tea, whatever they're offering at the airport or at the hotel. The last thing I do want to mention is if you are traveling to a place that is known to have good tea, drink the local tea. Or like, for example, when we're in Italy, I didn't drink any of their tea because Italy is not obviously a tea country, that's a coffee country. But Turkey is known, we have an episode here on like what is Turkish tea. So Turkey is known for their tea. They, as a whole, if you don't want to go watch that episode, it's a black tea that they typically drink with sugar. And it is CTC. But I did go there and I bought some and I drank a lot when we were eating or we're just walking around. You should try the local fare, so to speak. So that is something important to do. So if you're going to a country like anywhere in Latin America, where tea is not popular, then definitely bring your own stuff. But let's say you're going to Russia, even though no one's really going to Russia, but if you're going to India, if you're going to Korea, if you're obviously going to China, if you're going to Japan, if you're going even to Indonesia, these second tier places that drink tea, try their tea. Guys, I hope this helps. Just remember, be prepared. Bring your tea, bring an infuser, you're good to go. Guys, post in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. What are some tactics you've used when traveling to drink tea? Until next time, take care and God bless.